Mr. Speaker, in 7 days' time. May I answer the question to... We as a government...
The commitment on the
yes,
list?
7 days, within 7 days.
Okay, fair enough. Question from Senator Miraj.
Yes, for Senator Miraj, we as a government will support any initiative and any particular program that will protect our children. So we'll work with you to give you the necessary support for that bill.
Senator Beatrice.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, on the issue of the
You know we ask only one supplementary question, Minority Leader. Thirty seconds. And Minority Leader, you are not there to direct the chair on what to do.
Speaker, you know
you are the minority side, but not to direct the speaker. You are not my minority leader. You lead your team, not the chair.
Speaker, I would pray that you don't get upset because this is a very delicate conversation we're having. Actually, the point that I wanted to make is the Ministry of Education is a custodian of our children. Knowing what happens in some of these areas, you might not find a complainant. Our expectation is that the ministry is a complainant. The ministry has figures, 6,000 teenage pregnancies in Kilifi. They are the custodians of the data of the victims. So for somebody to refer us to the DPP, Honorable Speaker, is to be disingenuous. They should be the ones actually being the complainants in these cases. That is the point that I wanted to make. The minister is trying to run away. They are the ones, if they have the data of the victims, how can they not have the data of the perpetrators? Unless this ministry doesn't understand how pregnancies occur.
That's fun. But he has 6,500 pregnancies, early pregnancies. I think the figures are not accurate because like Meru, we have a serious problem. Yesterday I saw Meru is reading in this thing. So the figures, you need to also confirm the figures and give us the list because it's higher than 6,000.
That's just for Kilifi.
Senator Beatrice.
Honorable Speaker, I was amazed that my SG is talking about a way in which pregnancies occur. I only know of one way, but that is besides the point, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, that is besides the point. My point back to this question, Honorable Speaker, on the dropout rates, and especially particularly those affected by poverty. My question then to the Honorable CS is that does the ministry have specific affirmative measures that they put in place for the urban poor? Honorable Speaker, I'm mentioning the urban poor because their challenges are peculiar to other areas. Honorable Speaker, when you look at the hierarchy of needs, it would not matter that somebody would be looking for education if they cannot get food to eat. So I'm asking the CS, what measures do they have to address, in addressing the urban poor challenges, especially in our country? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Consolata Naubwile.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is on the low retention and dropouts, school dropouts. Especially in Bungoma County, which is due to abject poverty, menstrual hygiene, and many other related cases. I would like to ask the CS, Buonamigos, to substantiate the fact about the implementation of the Children's Act 2022 that protects the best interest of the child in regard to provision of free primary education, secondary education, and care and protection. Because so many school-going children are suffering in Bungoma because of the laid down reasons, and there is also a lot of SGBV that is prevalent in Bungoma County. So kindly help us understand the strategies that the ministry has put in place to curb this anomaly. I submit.
CS, answer those two questions as we conclude.
The strategies to increase and retain a high number of retention of children in schools will include the provision of school feeding programs in those areas, in those poor areas. We also have boarding schools, low-cost boarding schools that we encourage to allow the children to be in boarding institutions, and provision of bursaries to those parents or to those homes that are needy. That helps with the retention across the country, whether it is in Kilifi or Bungoma. And even
I know peculiar challenges. Are there any affirmative measures and networks that could assist? So does the ministry have specific measures that are specific to the urban poor? If no,
I was just consulting, but in school feeding, we do it, they retain the students the same way, the children the same way, whether it is in the rural areas or in the urban. When we give bursaries, it is the same thing. When we provide for the sanitary, it is the same thing. So what we're just saying,
You know, that's not how we conduct business, honestly speaking. And if the CS were not satisfied, just visit his office, and discuss issues on the urban poor and the rural poor. Your office is open, I think, CS?
Yes, it is.
Yes, have a cup of tea with the CS and discuss. That is a general thing that can help this country.
Yeah.
So let us just not pressure.
Thank you.
To get the questions.
We are also
now. Because actually, if he was prepared, he could have come with that answer, Honorable Beatties. To be fair, either you bring a question or you visit the ministry to discuss with the technical team, give them advice, so that we can help our country. I feel not to give you another chance. So I want to, the chair, Standing Committee on Education, requested for just a minute to give an update on the committee work. And I would want to give you this chance.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to take this opportunity to thank Honorable CS for appearing before this House this morning. And Mr. Speaker, I would also want to tell the House that the Honorable CS has taken action on a stalemate which has been there. We had 41 pending statements for the ministry, and we had a meeting last weekend, actually a retreat with the ministry, and Honorable CS has committed to work with the committee, and I think that is a concern which a senator had raised here, and I just want to reassure the House that the Honorable CS has committed to work with the committee and is already started. We had our first retreat with him and his team over the weekend in Mombasa, and he committed that the answers which were pending, 41 in number, were going to be answered, and I want to confirm to this House that that has already been done. So I want to sincerely thank the Honorable CS, and I want to ask him to continue with that spirit so that together we can serve the people of Kenya. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
So, Chair, in occasion, there are various issues which can be raised by members. Therefore, since you have that good working chemistry, assist also the members with the questions that they have asked and also the timelines so that we can really be able to move on. When I spoke to speak, I said that there's another committee at the other house which has failed to unlock a few things which the Senate committee can be able to do. So we are ready to support you. You know, we meet at the liaison. As the chair, I'm ready to support your committee to assist this country on matters of education. Want to thank
I wanted to just reassure you, Mr. Speaker, that I believe that the CS is in a position to actually sort us out as a Senate. Thank you.
Honorable CS, thank you very much for your time and for answering these very many questions. Don't tire to respond to the Senate. The Senate is a house of reason. We can be able to assist this country in a very big way, even unlocking those the support you need in the budgets. We're almost there now, so that Senate also can participate in the budget-making process. And I know, I'm aware, we must achieve that. So thank you very much for coming this morning, and all the best in your endeavors.
Thank you, members. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm grateful. And may I say something, Mr. Speaker, before
Yes,
I go?
please.
Let me
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I must also take this opportunity to welcome the Honorable CS for Tourism to this House. Honorable Speaker, I will move straight away to the question. And the question number A. What is the current status of the tourism sector in Kenya, and how do recent trends in tourism arrivals compare between domestic and international visitors? P. What factors have contributed to the recent decline in international tourism arrivals, particularly in contrast with the performance of other East African destinations? Finally, could the Cabinet Secretary specify the strategies the Ministry is implementing to enhance Kenya's global tourism competitiveness, including steps taken to strengthen partnership with the international airlines, promote new tourism products, and leverage digital platforms for marketing? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Madam CS, you can respond.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker and honorable members. I wish to respond to question number 066 by Honorable Senator Joyce Korir, MP, and A, the current status of tourism sector in Kenya and how recent trends in tourist arrivals compare between domestic and international visitors. The parameters highlighted below demonstrate a good performance of the sector in 2024 as compared with 2023 figures. In terms of international arrivals, Honorable Speaker, Kenya welcomed approximately 2.4 million international tourists in 2024, marking a 14.6% increase from the 2.089 million international arrivals recorded in 2023. In terms of tourism earnings, the sector's earnings rose to Kenya shillings 454 billion in 2024, reflecting a 19.7% growth compared to the previous year's Kenya shillings 3.77 billion. On cruise tourism, notably, cruise tourism experienced a 163% surge, with 6,561 tourists arriving in 2024, up from 2,490 in 2023. In terms of domestic tourism bed nights occupancy is estimated to have grown by 12%, that is from 4.6 million in 2023 to 5.1 million travelers. Kenyan citizens to participate in domestic tourism. Honorable Speaker, the number of domestic tourists does not include those that stayed in unregistered establishments, and therefore the number of domestic tourists is significantly higher. This strong performance is attributed to a combination of factors, including enhanced air connectivity, the simplification of visa process through the electing efforts between national government, county governments, private sector. There was also focus on new product segments and renewed traveler confidence to Magical Kenya brand. It is worth noting that domestic tourism has played a stabilizing role during global travel downturns. As international travel normalized in 2024, domestic tourism continued to grow, showing that both segments complement each other in building the sector's resilience. Honorable Speaker, question number B: what factors have contributed to the recent decline in international tourist arrivals, particularly in contrast with the performance of other East African destinations? My response is that Kenya did not record a decline in international tourist arrivals in the year 2024. On the contrary, the country posted the highest ever inbound arrivals and earnings in over a decade, and this performance is even better than pre-COVID. The country outperformed many regional peers in key indicators, and in terms of the East Africa community, Kenya recorded the highest numbers. It is worth noting that Kenya has maintained 5th overall position as a tourist destination in Africa, both in 2023 and 2024 consecutively, and position 2 in sub-Saharan Africa, and this is evidenced by the data that is shown in the table in the response, showing that Kenya was a strong number 5. In comparison with other East African destinations, the country has led in international arrivals. In 2024, we had 2.4 million arrivals, followed by the United Republic of Tanzania at 2.1 million arrivals, Mauritius 1.3 million arrivals, Rwanda 1.3 million arrivals, and Uganda 1.3 million arrivals. Kenya was also 4th position in Africa in the countries that surpassed the pre-COVID arrivals by a bigger margin, as demonstrated in the next figure. And you can see that Kenya surpassed pre-COVID figures by 11%. The country also witnessed improvement in the level of foreign direct investments in the tourism sector compared with other African countries, and we have demonstrated that in the figures that are shown there. Therefore, Honorable Speaker and members, Kenya continues to assert its superiority in the regional tourism landscape. This achievement underscores the country's strategic positioning as East Africa's leading tourism hub, driven by its diverse offerings, ranging from world-renowned wildlife, the safaris and pristine beaches at the coast, to vibrant cultural experiences and robust meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions, popularly known as the MICE sector. the country's well-developed tourism infrastructure, consistent international marketing efforts, and commitment to safety and sustainability have further cemented its appeal to global travelers. While at that, to add that the 2025 performance, the indications as of now, is that we continue to have a positive performance in the tourism sector.